Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 62 of the Courageous Shooters podcast. We are back. A almost 4 month hiatus. But before we get into all that, who do you guys think wore number 62?
I couldn't even give you a single person
There are
in the history of any sport.
two people in NBA history. This is the Scott Pollard pod.
I don't even, dude, who is that? I don't even know who that is.
He played
Wait,
for
who'd you
the.
say? My stuff cut out.
It is the Scott Pollard pod.
Oh, I've heard of that dude.
He played for the Pacers in 2004, 5, and 6. And then one other person in NBA history, Bob Dill. He played in 1947 for the Detroit Falcons.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, that was my favorite team.
Yeah. Bro, they were a dynasty. Dude, the 47 Detroit Falcons were the first super team.
They were different, bro.
Here, wait, hold on. Let me look at this. Detroit Falcons. Bro, they had Chet Abachan and Harold Brown and Mo Becker.
Harold Brown is the most AI name ever, dude.
Dude, they have some weird numbers. Bro, they had two people that wore the same number. They had people that wore multiple numbers. And oh my god.
Who even is the Detroit Falcons? Like, is that the Pistons now, or is that somebody else?
I don't actually know. Detroit Falcons. Can I see team history? Well, the Philadelphia Warriors won in the 1947 season, I guess. Falcons franchise index. Oh, they only had one season. And it was that season.
Nice.
Yeah. And now that that's out of the way, what's been going on for 4 months? 4 months, no pods, no YouTube videos, no nothing.
I mean, all the games came out.
Yeah.
In that time.
Yeah.
Essentially, well, we did have. Let me check real quick. We had 6 podcasts in a row, so that's 6 weeks where we had no other videos going up at that time as well. And that was sort of like that was a huge dip in terms of what we were doing. We were literally just recording the podcast and stuff. Like we weren't doing a whole lot. We were playing the new the old 2K21. But we played that on stream a few times, and other than that, didn't do a whole lot with it. But we were basically just waiting for stuff to come out. And in that time, we just it was the first podcast that we missed was the week that classes started back up. So that's Sunday. We had been recording them on Sundays for a while. And that Sunday came around, and I was the only one. Not a single person got on, so I was like, I can't do it. And then after that week, it just continued to not happen. So, I figured since we were, gone for a while, I would, we would kind of plan out what we were doing. by the time that we actually came back. So essentially, this podcast is going up on Monday, which today's Sunday, correct?
Yeah.
So Monday the 6th. And the Tuesday after, so Tuesday the 7th, we will have a 2K video coming out. And moving forward with the channel, it should mostly be 2K and possibly like some stream clips of other games, but mainly the main videos are probably going to be 2K, possibly Madden, depending on if we actually get back into playing it a lot. To actually,
The game's just bad, so it's just
Yeah.
when we get on it.
Yeah, like it. I think if we did play it, we would get like some clips at it, because like even though some like we might be getting stomped or something, like funny things or crazy things happen in the games.
Yeah,
So
like that pick
Yeah.
6 when we played that one game. Logan.
yes, or like Jayden returning an onside kick.
Yeah.
like stuff like that is definitely what we could.
Logan
include
gets
in
off
a
the
video.
game, and me and Jayden are down 3 possessions, and we almost bring it back
That
in
was
a
crazy,
minute.
dude. That was crazy.
Um,
Have we ever played the yard?
no.
Is that like we're not touching that, or
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I
it's
don't.
like it's kind of like from what I've seen, what like rec is on 2K. Like you have
Oh shit!
you have your created player, and it's 7v7, so it's only skill positions, obviously. You have your created player, and you're on a team against another team of created players. From what I've seen, I'll have to look more into it, but
So wait, what is it? Is there 5 offensive linemen?
no. There's
No,
no
no, it's
offensive
just skill
linemen. It's
positions.
only skill players.
Oh, okay. I got you.
I have it. I'm gonna pull it up right here, actually.
Are we
Dude,
about to
yeah.
go? Are we about to go out there 5 deep in the backfield, all running backs?
Yes. I know. I'm making a fullback. I'm blocking for everyone. Dude, that's actually okay. Live on the podcast, new videos coming out of us playing the yard.
Dude,
I
that
gotta
sounds
make sure.
like
I don't want to seem like a liar.
I don't know if it was NFL Street or not, but
Oh
I
yeah,
remember there
dude.
was like a um I mean, when we were younger, we called it smear the queer. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that in a video, but that's what we called it. But I know that there was like a
Yeah, that's what we call it.
mode like that in like NFL Street, I think it was. And like, dude, that would be insane. Because you could literally pick like Deion Sanders or something, or you could have like Michael Vick hit sticking Jerome Pettis,
Yeah.
causing fumbles.
All right, so the description it says is take your avatar around the world to play 6v6 football and campaign live events in the brand new head-to-head ranked mode. Go solo or bring a party of friends along as you travel the globe.
Dude, I'm actually
We need
down
Mark
with
on
that.
that, dude.
Yeah, we need a full squad if we're jumping out on that.
95 Mike.
Yeah, we're running 95 Mike, dude.
We'll have to see how it works because we obviously can't run a handoff if there's not going to be anybody within 15
Yeah.
yards of the running back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to try that out, because
Yeah.
essentially, like, for the main videos coming out will probably be 2K videos. But I'm not opposed to like throwing Madden in, like I said, and just try to keep it to 2K and Madden, because that's like 2K is what our channel honestly should have been from the start. At least other than the podcast. So it was just at the time the game was ass. Jayden, you weren't even playing any games with us at the time. So
When was this? When we stopped the pod?
no, when we very first started the YouTube channel, like the very first
yeah.
podcast. So that was
I wasn't even
yeah,
even in
you
the
were
videos.
deployed.
It was just you and Mark every fucking day.
Pretty much, yeah.
Times have changed since then, bro. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, 100%. Haven't seen Mark in a month. But yeah, so moving forward, it's basically just 2K Madden, along with podcasts. Throwback Thursday can still come back, obviously. Maybe it won't be a weekly thing. And I was actually gonna say, the podcast might technically not be a weekly thing, depending on the week. Like, say maybe even if it's even like a holiday, and we can't get together, or we just don't want to do the podcast for that week, then we'll just take that week off or something. Or say there's not a whole bunch going on and we feel like we can't really make a quality podcast, we'll just, skip that week, try to come back the following week. So I don't I don't want the podcast to be too strict anymore, because
Yeah.
I think we could
I feel like
improve the quality of it too.
that's what turned all of us off from doing it every week, is because we were so like set on our ways.
Yeah, true. But hopefully, having it like that, we can come in a little bit more prepared in terms of like topics and stuff. Which is funny because we're not super prepared for topics this week, but you know, we can sit and talk for a minute. But another thing, so in the time that we have been gone for this 4 months, we have been streaming twitch.tv/courageousshooters. Plug it. Uh, when did we really like start streaming a lot? Was probably like a week or two after 2K came out, I think,
Yeah,
because
probably.
we started with
Because
that.
before that, dude, we weren't playing anything. Like,
Yeah, yeah, because we were playing
Mhm.
2K for a while during the summer, and then we stopped before the new 2K came out. Um, so we've been streaming pretty much since then. We stream pretty much every weekend. Uh, try to pop up a stream. We've been streaming Call of Duty game battles matches for the past few weeks, because anytime we play 2K, we're making YouTube content out of it. So trying to trying to find a balance there, because if we're gonna be uploading 2K videos, we should probably stream 2K at least a little bit, uh, sometimes. So we'll figure that out eventually. Um, but yeah, so pretty much Fridays, Saturdays, sometimes Sundays. Usually, always Saturday, we're streaming.
Mhm.
And I say that, and we probably aren't going to stream this coming Saturday, but
Something's gonna happen.
uh, but yeah, so that's that. Another thing, another announcement for the pod back next week, next Monday. So what date is that? Let me take a look.
The
That will be the
13th.
13th, December 13th. My channel will be started, my solo channel. I say solo like, no one can ever make an appearance. It's only me. It wouldn't be like that, but it's solo channel. First video is going live December 13th. We'll obviously talk about that on the next podcast, because I would assume we're gonna do it next week and not skip a week instantly after we start it back up. That'd be too funny. Uh, so that'll be there for that podcast. I'll have it linked in the next one and everything. And other than that, I don't know if there's a whole lot more to talk about in terms of the channel and like updates and stuff. I think we pretty much covered it.
We,
So
as in you.
yeah, because you want to talk?
Yeah, dude, let's go. I know exactly what to say.
So I guess now we'll actually get into the pod, the actual pod. So I guess since we've been gone for a while, how do you guys feel about the games that we've actually been playing and having a good time with? So basically, 2K and COD, because we kind of talked about Madden a little bit.
Yeah. I had never played GBs before, but dude, I thought I was gonna be like so stressed out because I used to hate playing like search and all that stuff. But dude, this is like some of the most fun I've ever had playing video games, to
Yeah,
be honest with you.
GBs is just different, dude. It's not like going into a public match S&D game and winning a 1v1 and then going to defuse the bomb and you get killed by a bouncing Betty or something. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, it's literally just a strict match. No, like garbage is in the game. Like, it's literally all just strategy and gunfights pretty much. And you're only playing with your friends, and you know you're playing another team that is also playing with like their specific people that they're talking to. So there's just like a lot of strategy that's involved in it, and that's why I personally like it more than
Dude,
any public match game.
when you guys explained it to me, I'm like, oh, I don't know. Like, did not sound appealing, but yeah, dude, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I think it's pretty surprising that it's something that we are like playing all the time and we're just grinding it. And the only thing we're grinding is our rank. Like, it's not like we're grinding, like we're entering tourneys and shit and like,
No.
going crazy in that or some shit. But we're just on the free XP ladder, just trying to get our rank up to, a spot where we think we could be at. Because to be honest, my entire goal, I would say, is to at one point be like top 1,000. Even if it's just like we win a match and we gain like 60 XP and it just boosts us up to like 999 and then we go
We're
straight
double
back
we're double
down.
like we're double negative, but we're top 1,000.
Yes, yeah, some shit like that. Like I don't I don't really care about our record anymore. I just like seeing the rank move, and I also enjoy beating teams that we probably shouldn't beat.
And then not enjoying losing to teams that we should beat.
Yeah, but I mean, I would
Yeah, I
say
mean,
like it's much more rewarding when you beat one of those teams than it is like defeating when you lose to one of the burger teams. What were you gonna say, Jared?
um, I honestly don't remember, but I'll come up with something.
I saw I saw that coming.
But like another thing on like beating the good teams and like losing to the teams that you should lose to, like most of the time when you're losing to a team that you should lose to and they have like a bad record, they're like 2-10 or something. They usually have a lot of people on their team.
Yeah.
And then when we play them, they have a dude that's GB rank is 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, well, there's no way that they would actually beat this record if this guy was on their team every single time they played.
Yeah, that happens to us quite a bit. Plus, we lose matches if we get put on a map where we're not that strong. So like,
Pretty much only Castle right
yeah,
now.
but before last night, Bow Cage, we literally lost every single one. So it didn't matter who we played. But yeah, for now it's Castle. But we actually did have wins on Castle beforehand, but it was, I think, to a 0-win team
that we almost went to round 11 with.
Yeah, and then just earlier in that night we lost to like a team with 1 win, and their 1 win was on Castle. They were
Yeah.
like 1-20 or something.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, last night was it started out bad, but it ended great with like just crazy ass maps, so much ice out of the squad. It was actually crazy. I never thought we could have some ice like that, bro. 2 round 11s, and then one of them was an absolute breakdown from the other team on Bow Cage. Me and Jared looked at it earlier. We went down 3-0, brought it back to 3-3, and then went down 5-3 and won 3 straight again.
Like, call us Michael Jordan on the Bulls, bro.
Dude, it was pretty crazy. And so the experience on Call of Duty has been pretty great. Obviously, like public matches, some meat. Like we're not touching public match at this point. It's just
well, you say that you guys are both Prestige 3 and I'm Prestige 2 level 85.
Well, yeah, but it was also because the game just came out and we were leveling up guns too. So
like I will not be Prestige 3 next season.
Oh hell no, no shot. But yeah, Call of Duty's been great. There's definitely a bunch of changes they need to make to the game probably. Uh, Obviously they since the game has came out they fixed the bomb defuse glitch. That
Ugh,
dude, it's so much nicer not having it, but it still does
yeah,
suck that you can hear the bomb. Uh,
restarted the team with that too.
yeah, you can hear the bomb being diffused and planted, so you can sound for a plant, and like that's why bow cage is so bad because people just sit inside the building and just wait for you to plant because they know you're going A because B
Yeah.
is literally a death trap. So, but 2K has I'm dude, I really enjoy playing 2K. I have since it came out. Like we it was tough playing Park. Like we would just get blasted and that made me like dislike the game a little bit. Then we started going into 3v3 Pro Am, and I was enjoying it. And then I made that new player, and we all made new players, and it got 1,000 times better. And
Hmm.
we haven't played Pro Am in a while, obviously, because we haven't, or not Pro Am, Rec. But I mean, did we even play Pro Am? We played one game.
I think we
We
played
played
one
one
game.
game,
Yeah. But
and we lost the dudes that we should have beat, just like in GBs, but they were
Hmm.
just
yeah.
they were just spamming square.
Um. But yeah, what do you guys liking about 2K in terms
Um,
of because I think it does play not completely different to other 2Ks because obviously there's a lot of it's still just dribble spamming and people sitting in corners, but it definitely feels different in terms of the shooting and how the players are because the players are much better than they have been in recent years.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like, I feel like this is the best my player I've ever made. Like, they're like, you have so many good attributes now instead of just one category that's good. I have like three on both of my builds.
Yeah.
I think the offense and defense is pretty balanced, even when there was like crazy speed boosting and like with overpowered badges, even when people were making their players like 5'7" or whatever the lowest it could be. I felt like the offense and defense was pretty balanced. The only thing is, I just think um, overall big men are too good, but I think everything else is pretty balanced, to be honest.
I would say the only change I would really make to the game is the passing speed. That's
Yeah,
all.
the
That's
passing
been
speed is
my
really bad
my
too.
biggest
That's
thing from the
horrible.
start.
I mean, there's the passing speed, and then obviously like the not even needing to guard your guy and just play a passing lane, and you're guaranteed a turnover
Yeah,
pretty much. That's pretty annoying, but
that's
well,
why I'm
obviously, I mean,
glad. I was gonna say that's why I'm glad we don't try to play any sort of like legit competitive in that game versus
yeah,
Call of Duty.
like I just think it's annoying in that game specifically when it's like me and Jayden are guarding the guards, and we have them on clamps, bro. Like they're down 5 seconds on the shot clock. They haven't gotten anything, and then their center just sets them a screen and then runs to the corner, and then it's a green.
Yeah.
And that's like their bailout is their center being able to hit threes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'll set a screen on me and Logan can't help off because they'll pass it to the center and he'll make it through.
Yeah,
My
and
guy
then
gets
if
a wide open layup or a dunk.
yeah,
Yeah, it almost never works. The only way we ever get it is if like if we switch instantly and
Yeah.
one of you guys can get to the center before he shoots the shot. Like that's the only way we've been able to stop it, but you can't do that every single possession depending on where they're sitting. So, yeah, that type of shit really gets in the way of having fun when you're playing against teams like that. But
Hmm.
for the most part, like at least when we were playing a lot, we weren't playing a crazy amount of teams like that. So
yeah.
that was at least a good thing. So I guess going off of 2K, we'll stick with the NBA since been gone 4 months. Have not talked about anything within the new season. So how what are you guys' thoughts just on everything that's happened so far in the season? How some teams are playing, how some players are playing, the rule changes, stuff like that.
First and foremost, I just gotta say my fantasy team is disgusting compared to you
Dude, oh
guys.
my god. I'm pretty sure I just beat Jared, but now I believe I had to play against Mark, and Mark has beat me twice. The two times I've went against him, he's beat me by like a combined 60 points in both weeks. Like it's just oh my, it gets so annoying.
I like the new rules though. Like at the beginning of the season, it was kind of not frustrating, but like annoying to see like everybody complaining about it. But like
Yeah.
that's not basketball. People like have completely changed their thoughts of like what basketball was because they were used to those kind of fouls being called. But like now it's more smooth and people are struggling. Like I haven't heard anything from Damian Lillard besides the fact he was shooting like 19% from three after
Yeah.
the first month or something like that. And the
Yeah.
fact that Steph is literally gonna win another MVP. Like that dude is absolutely insane, bro.
I, Steph's like he's done this his whole career where he's been able to score a lot of points without getting free throws. I believe you guys know how in that one game he got a technical and then he like made a shot and
Yeah.
threw up a tech to
Did
the
it back.
ref.
Yeah.
Since then, he's only shot 3 free throws
Oh my
and they've
gosh.
all been technical or defensive
Yeah,
free
I've
throws.
seen like a
He
post
has
about that.
not gotten a single shooting foul call since that game, and he's played. It's got to be over 5 at this point. Like that's dude, that's crazy. And he puts up 40 with no free throws or like 3 free throws. Like
Mhm.
um, but I know Trey Young was struggling at the start with it, but I'm pretty sure he's kind of acclimated to that now. Because Trey Young wasn't all he hasn't been like an inefficient shooter, so he at least has
Yeah.
that part to him that even if he's not shooting free throws, he can still at least score efficiently. De'Aaron Fox has been playing awful. Dude, I've never seen a bigger fall off, bro. He's he was shooting like I think it was like 19 or 20%.
Like from the field?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh my
I've seen
gosh, dude.
Like
a post
dude,
about
it
that.
was
Yeah.
for a while. I haven't checked it in a while, but the thing is I haven't heard about him in a long time. So like
Yeah.
it's not like he's doing anything crazy. Maybe he's back to at least normal numbers, but like
I'm gonna
dude, it
see
was
right now.
bad for a while. Um but yeah, the Warriors, do they have the best record in the NBA still or do the Suns have it?
I, I believe the Warriors have it right now.
Okay. Yeah, it's basically a battle between those two right now. Um what are the Nets sitting at? Aren't the Nets like in the middle of the East, like the 4 or 5 seed right now? I think.
I mean, it doesn't really matter what seed they're on. It's like for a team like that to have home court advantage, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Oh yeah, yeah. It doesn't matter where they end up; they're gonna have a chance to win the series.
Yeah.
He's not shooting terrible. Like 43% from the field. That's not really good, but like his highest was only over 48. So
Yeah,
like that's not terrible, but like from 3 he's shooting 26%.
dude, that's crazy.
Dude, the big surprise though for this season in my opinion is the Cavs, bro. The Cavs and Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges is playing like an all-star.
Yeah,
And if Colin Sexton didn't tear his meniscus, then dude, the Cavs could have been like a top 6 team without being in the play-in, dude.
true.
Jared Allen's
Um,
playing out of his mind. Evan Mobley's probably the rookie of the year at this point. They were
yeah.
playing really well.
Well, they're currently at the 6th seed. They're 13-10. Whether they can continue that,
Oh,
We'll
dude,
see.
still
But
freaking what? 5 months left in the season.
yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but I am seeing here the Warriors and Suns are both 19-4. So
Well, the Warriors just beat them, so they probably have the tiebreaker. So they're
yeah,
technically first, right?
yes. Um, and the Nets are actually the first seed in the East. They're 16-7. The Bulls are 16-8. Bucks 15-9.
Dude.
The
I love
Wizards,
the Bulls, bro.
the Wizards are the 4 seed at 14-9.
That's
Dude,
wild.
you said the Cavs are probably the biggest surprise. The Wizards are just right there with them.
Oh, for
Like
sure.
they got
They,
Dinwiddie and Montrezl Harrell and Kyle Kuzma are playing like
oh yeah.
career years.
When they traded those dudes away, they wrote them off. But this dude Montrez is playing
Yeah.
out of his mind.
I do see just some notables. Obviously, yeah, it's so early in the season, and not many teams are like crazy amounts of games behind. So people can still come back from it, but like the Knicks are at the 11 seed right now.
Dude, the Knicks fucking blow, dude. Like
The
I,
Hawks
They
are at
I thought
benched
they,
Kemba.
dude, I thought I didn't think they were like crazy good last year either, but
yeah. The Hawks are the 10 seed. The Sixers are the 9 seed right now. And the Celtics are the 7 seed. So, you got the two surprises with the Cavs and the Wizards, currently in the playoff race, and the Bulls aren't a surprise, but they're like the new team from
Dude,
last year. So
I think I saw. I don't know if it was Stephen A. or Max Kellerman or somebody, but they said that DeMar DeRozan going to the Bulls was a horrible choice. And this dude's like a top 5 scorer in the league right now.
yeah, it
This
was.
dude's completely revived his career.
I feel like people were like skeptical about it because he can't really shoot threes,
That's everybody
but
knows that.
that team, like, with no injuries involved, like with how it was built, he was the only one in the starting five that can't shoot threes. So it's just like having a center that can't shoot threes. Like you just have one player that's not spacing the floor.
yeah,
But the thing
well,
is,
it's not that
he's
he's not
still able to
shooting. He
make
can't
them.
It's not that he's like, I mean, like, let's just say he's a below average 3-point shooter. That does not mean he is Ben Simmons. Like, he can
Yeah,
shoot
yeah.
inside of the 3-point line.
He's
Oh,
still a
dude, he's the
skilled
best mid-range
scorer.
shooter in the league.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so the bottom teams in the East right now, the Pistons, Magic, and Pacers. I would have liked to see the Pacers actually be good, but TJ Warren's probably the most overrated player in the league ever since the bubble. So
And they had like 2 season-ending injuries, didn't they? Edmund Sumner and Karis LeVert, right?
is Karis LeVert out for the season?
I know it's Edmund Sumner. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else because I don't know.
And I know Malcolm Brogdon was down for like 2 weeks because of COVID, I
And the
believe.
Celtics had Tatum and Brown out. That's why they're probably low.
Yeah, that's actually affecting a lot of teams right now. Like, there's people out constantly. Like, my fantasy team has like 4 people out for the
Yeah.
next game. So that definitely changes a lot of the standings. The West though, the bottom of the West, there's 4 teams that are like so much farther than the rest. The Thunder, the Rockets, the Pelicans, and the Spurs. The
Dude, the
Pelicans,
Thunder suck, bro. Oh my
yes, the
gosh.
Thunder are awful.
They beat the
Uh,
Lakers.
Beat the Lakers, then lose by 73 to the John Morantless Grizzlies.
the Pelicans, Jonas Valanciunas is playing out of his mind, bro.
That was a
Out of
crazy
his
stat line,
mind.
dude.
But he's probably, getting those stats because Zion's not there to,
Is Brandon Ingram playing?
I'm not sure.
Dude, I have not heard anything about that dude. Not a word.
Um, let's see. Yes, he has started and played every single game.
Bro, he's got to
I
be putting
mean,
up like 10 a game.
he is averaging 22 points per game.
Jeez.
Holy
But Valanciunas is averaging 19 and 12.
He's banging threes like he's a small forward shooting guard.
Yeah. But yeah, Zion being out is obviously gonna drag them down. Um, the Spurs, their roster is literally just unknown. Like they have DeJounte Murray and a bunch of dudes, just a bunch of
It's a
dudes.
bunch of dudes. They have Keldon Johnson, and they got Thad Young from that Bulls trade, but like they drafted Joshua Primo,
Hmm.
which is nice, but if you got DeJounte Murray and Derek White, who you have under contract for the long term, why are you drafting a young guard if you're not going to be able
Yeah.
to develop them?
Um, I guess I don't know if there's a whole lot of surprises. I guess the Warriors are kind of a surprise for some people going into the season because people didn't think they were gonna be able to have steam until they had Clay and Wiseman back.
Is
Uh,
Wiseman coming back the same time Clay is?
no, I think he'll probably be like a couple weeks or a month out from Clay, but Clay's supposed to return like anywhere from the 20th to Christmas. So, um, but then the Grizzlies are at the 4 seed right now. The
Without
four,
Jaw.
the 4 to the 11 seed is only separated by 3 games, so super close
My
there. But
my Clippers are in there somewhere. I
yeah, they're at
know
the 5 seed right now. They're 500, 12 and 12.
beginning of the year, Paul George was putting up like 30 a game, but he had to sit out a couple games. He's probably so tired, dude. He is the only one producing on that team right now.
Yeah,
I don't know when Kawhi's coming back. I haven't heard anything about that.
I think he's out for the entire season.
Oh, dude, don't say that, bro. Don't say
Maybe
that.
I think I heard playoffs if he comes
Ah,
back at all. So
if we make it, bro.
yeah,
It feels like the
the
media has been so quiet about that. Like
yeah
it was like, oh, he sustained a knee injury. He's possible to return in the Sun series. And then he never returned, and it's like he has a partial ACL tear, and now I don't know. It just seems weird.
yeah. Um, I guess another surprising thing: the Lakers are at the 8 seed. They're also 500, 12 and 12. Um, uh, right when that team was built, I think we still had the podcast going at that time. Like I actually did have high hopes for that team because I felt like it was built well. Not that it was great players. Obviously, they had Westbrook, LeBron, and AD, but
yeah.
like everything around
Dude.
them was built better than the other teams previous.
Yeah.
But they are Anthony Davis is
Dude,
literally awful.
he is a burger, bro. Oh my gosh.
LeBron was injured for a little bit. Russell Westbrook turns the ball over 10 times a game, and no one on that team can play any sort of defense whatsoever.
None. They're all shooters.
Yeah. So that's just that's a tough team to. I
I gotta see, dude. I gotta see Anthony Davis's averages right now, bro.
You think we're gonna see Russell Westbrook traded by the trade deadline?
Oh no,
You
No,
don't think
he won't
so?
be. No.
no.
What kind of moves do you think they're gonna make though? Because you know LeBron is gonna want moves made.
It's gonna be with the role players like Avery Bradley or Malik Monk or Bazemore or somebody.
The thing is, Avery Bradley couldn't even get on a roster. No one was wanting to sign him, which was weird to me. Like that, unless if he didn't get picked up by the Lakers, he wouldn't have been playing in the league right now, which is
Dude,
crazy. I feel they got to trade Horton Tucker if they want any sort of value out of
Dude,
any other
they
trades.
doubled down on that dude.
Yes.
They threw him an extension at 20 years old instead of keeping Kuzma. They went with him
Dude, watching him play last year, dude, I hated any time that dude touched the ball.
and
I hated it. It literally looked like some dudes at Jones, bro. That dude was just dribbling.
This dude, Anthony Davis, is shooting 18% from three.
My God.
Last year, he only shot 26, though. Why do I feel like he's a better shooter than that? He's still shooting 52% from the field, but I don't know.
I mean, it's obviously not helping them win a lot of games. So
Yeah. He's only averaging 24, but I guess Russell's producing quite a bit.
I mean, if you trade Westbrook, dude, like who are you getting like that?
well, you're getting high contract players out of it. So maybe like
Westbrook for John Wall.
oh dear lord.
Make
Honestly,
it happen.
John Wall wouldn't. I want to see John Wall play, bro. John Wall's like it's not like he's bad. The Rockets
He's
just don't
not.
want to play him because they want younger players to play. But like, why just make him sit out another year of his career?
Dude, that's on them. They're owing him
Yeah,
44 mil and they're not playing him. Like, okay, do you?
yeah,
Didn't John Wall say like he was like, "Can I get traded?" Or
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
like, yeah, he was like, "I either want to play or just trade me." Like,
It's just it's so difficult to trade that contract. But the thing is, they could bring in like a bunch of horrible contracts because that team has so much cap space currently. Uh, well, they don't have a whole lot because they also have Eric Gordon still on that team, which is a big contract. But um, yeah, I don't. If you trade Russell Westbrook, I don't. I'm not completely sure who
but
you.
like, who are you gonna get that would either be younger and a better shooter, and no like good team, no like top team will want Russell Westbrook for like their younger players or their role players.
Mhm.
Yeah, the
And
only person that came to mind is Terry Rozier, but the Hornets would not make that move because I believe he's been playing good this season for them. But he
and
has
then no
like
no
a
bad team will take it because the bad teams have young players that they want to play,
yeah,
and they're
They
not
don't
going to
have,
get
they
rid
don't
of
have the
that young player.
contracts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they wouldn't want to get rid of that young player anyway that they're banking on.
like the like I said, Terry Rozier is like the only person that has the same type of contract, similar to Westbrook's, and fits the Lakers' needs to it better. But yeah, the Hornets wouldn't make that move. I don't know any other real teams that have. Oh, I don't want to say overpaid. Terry Rozier is overpaid, but basically everyone in the NBA is overpaid.
Yeah.
Uh, but like
Let me see if I can find.
Drew Holiday has a huge contract, but the Bucks would not trade Drew Holiday.
Uh,
Mike
Rudy
Conley has a huge
Gobert.
deal.
Rudy Gobert, they're not going to trade him. Chris Stapps, but I think they came out
I don't I
publicly and
don't
said
I
that they're
don't
not
think the
going to trade
Lakers
him.
would I don't think the Lakers would even want him, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, Russell Westbrook usually like
Kevin
once the
Love.
All-Star break hits and that last stretch of the season, that's usually when Russell Westbrook, you know, plays better.
Yeah.
Like that's what happened last year. Like everybody was like, dude, Russell Westbrook is literally like the worst player in the league, and then on the back half of the season, they're like, dude, this guy is actually fucking disgusting.
Dude, Jayden, you laughed when you said Kevin Love, but low key, that's probably the most possible thing.
I wouldn't do that if I were the Cavs. Hell no. I'd rather have Kevin Love be my fourth string power forward than trade for another guard when I've spent a top 5 pick on a guard the past 2 seasons.
Yeah, the only reason I say that is because Colin Sexton's gone. That was the only reason. But the thing is, the
Yeah.
Cavs would then have to try to move Westbrook after that season.
How long is he
So
under contract?
I think 2 more years.
Yeah, 44 this year and 47 next season. Oh my gosh. It's a player option though. You know he's going to accept it because he's not going to make that. Same with John Wall, 44 and 47.
Yeah. Um.
Some of the other contracts on this list are like date I don't know how to say his name. Davi Bertans.
I think it's yeah, close to what you said, but I always say Davis Bertans because I
That's
know
what I
it's
could
because I
say.
know it's wrong, and I just think it's funny.
Derek White has a pretty bad contract. Al Horford. Yeah, I don't think any of those dudes are gonna get traded for Russell Westbrook though.
Yeah, yeah, the Lakers are
Russell Westbrook,
probably
I believe,
better
has been
off.
actually playing good recently. Like actually, like really good recently.
Minus
But
the turnovers, but yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, like normal triple double, like main three stats. He's been really good.
yeah. Russell Westbrook's like problems his whole career have been turnovers and him being inefficient.
Well, I'm not gonna say that you're wrong, Jared, but just this last game, it's hard to just go off one game, but like last game against the Clippers, 36 minutes, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 9 assists.
That's that's a Draymond style line right
That's
there.
a that's a Duncan Robinson, whatever he had the other night, 20 minutes, no stats.
Bro, I
I
think
think
the
he
other
just had
night,
like one steal or something, right? It was just one
Yeah,
steal.
something like that.
the
Yeah.
other night, I think Draymond had 9 points, 9 assists, 9 boards, 6 steals, and 3 blocks.
Dude, I forget that dude's in the league, to be honest with you.
Because he puts up a triple single. Like, he's very valuable to the Warriors still, but like he's putting up straight singles on the
Just big,
stat sheet,
big
bro.
singles.
Singles.
Yeah. All right. Well, that about does it for our NBA talk there. So I think it's about time we move on to the second greatest segment in podcast
Second
history,
greatest.
second only to the Chuck Klosterman hypotheticals. We've got top 5 songs by letter this week. It's been a while since we did it. We are on to the letter I. So we got
A
our
lot
top
of
5 songs.
heaters, bro.
Yes, this has a lot of good ones. I have 10 here. I have 5 honorable mentions in my top 5, and I definitely left some off, but I also put some on that I was just like, let me kind of throw it in there.
I feel like
But
all three of us are gonna have completely different genres. Like they're gonna be all
oh
over the
yeah,
place.
it's gonna be everywhere, dude. I know for a fact this one's all over the place. So, Jared, we will start with
Yeah.
your honorable mentions, then we'll go to Jayden, then me, and then we'll go back in reverse order.
I mean, dude, I don't even. I gotta find like just five straight up right now. I mean, I know like the five. I just gotta see one, two, three, four,
You have any honorable
five,
mentions, or you only have 5?
6. Well, I'm
Oh,
looking 7, 8. Well, okay,
That's
so there's 8, and I'm not gonna be able to like have them in order, so I'm just gonna say the 8.
okay. Just give us 3 right now. Give us 3 honorable mentions. What would be probably at the bottom of those songs? Give
I'm
us
just
the
gonna
3.
name the first 3 I see here. So,
Okay.
I don't fuck with you. I feel it coming, and I get lonely.
Dude, I don't fuck with you. I hate that song.
um,
Uh, so that's your honorable mentions. Technically not your honorable mentions, but your 3 honorable
yeah,
mentions.
I'm
So
just gonna name the 5. I got a feeling.
that's classic, obviously.
Yeah, in my feelings.
okay,
Okay,
okay.
classic.
Um, it wasn't me, and and then I won it that way. That's 4, right? Or is that 5?
That's 4.
Mm.
Jared always comes in with the classics.
Those are some classics.
And then we'll do I Spy.
All right.
Mm. That song was gas when it first came out, dude.
Okay, Jaden, you're up. You do your honorable mentions, then I'll do mine.
All
And
right.
we'll go
I
there.
gotta give a shout out to Jared because I did not have In My Feelings, but I definitely have to add that honorable mentions. It's a great Drake album.
Yeah.
Uh, Is This Love by Whitesnake? Classic. I could sing my heart out to that song, bro. This next one, I recently played it when Logan, when you and I went on that little late night cream run.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, pause on that, bro.
Oh, bro,
Oh
come
my
on.
god.
Come on. You know what I'm talking about. Come on.
He said the late
Hey,
night
The
cream.
yeah,
late night
God.
cream run. The ice cream run, you
Yes,
fucking
there you
perv.
go.
Iris by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay, yeah,
Yes, dude. You cannot come at me, dude. That song is amazing. Uh, Impossible by Travis Scott.
I thought about that one.
And last one, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Us.
No.
Great movie. I like that by Janelle Monáe. It's in one of the opening scenes. It's a really good song.
All right, so my honorable mentions. Um, these first two I just kind of threw in here just because I saw them and I was like, let me throw them in there. Uh, I've got "I Miss You, Don't Call Me" by Alessia Cara. The album just came out like I think in September, and I just like the song, so I threw it in there. And then shout out the Naked Brothers band. We got "I and D Can't See." I just threw it in there just because it is a great song. Then my other three honorable mentions, I've got "I Don't Care" by Apocalyptica, I think it is. Then "If Only" by Ravina, and "Induction Speech" by Euro. It's on the Young Money album, uh, with Trophies and
Oh, okay.
Moment by Lil Wayne. It's on that album. Um, so yeah, and then I'll move on to my top five. My number five, I have "I Know" by Kirk Knight and Mick Jenkins. Number four, "Intruders" by Jesse Reyes. Three, "I Want It All" by Packy. Two, "I'll Still Have Me" by Sin. And number one is "I Won't Mind" by Ravina. That is like top tier song of all time for me. I love that song.
Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've heard two of those songs.
Yep. That's it. When you said before we started the podcast that I don't think we're gonna have a single one in common, I was like, "Yep, I know."
Yeah.
So, your top five now, Jayden.
Number five, classic Kanye. I Wonder.
Okay, yeah, that
That's
is a
probably
classic.
one of my favorite Kanye songs of all time. Number four, not the album version because the album version is a live version, I believe, but "I" by Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah, that is. I knew you were gonna have that one, and
Yes.
Yeah.
I respect it.
The album version, I skip it every time it comes on though. I hate it. I need to add the single version. It's so much better.
Yes.
Number three, "I'm Gonna Be" by Post Malone. Probably my favorite song off of that album. That's the one with that song with Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't,
Take
I don't
what you
even remember what
want.
that. Yeah, I don't even remember what that album was called though. But
Oh my! I swear, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue, bro.
here, I'm gonna pull it up.
Hollywood's
Give me a get.
Bleeding.
There it is. I was gonna say, give me a guess. There you go. Number two, "I Fucking Hate You" by Tyler the Creator.
Okay.
Dude, the end of that song, Pharrell Williams has one of the most beautiful voices I've ever heard in my entire life, dude. That dude sings on the end of that song, bro. I don't know if you guys watch Big Mouth, but in the new season, at the very end of the episode, like the post credit scenes, that song starts playing, and I have a sound bar hooked up to my TV, dude. When that shit came on, it was bumping, dude. My walls were shaking, bro. Number one, top five Mac Miller song, "I'm Not Real" featuring Real Sweatshirt. Absolute heater of a song, dude.
I knew a Mac Miller song had to make an appearance in there.
Oh, for sure.
So that'll that rounds out the eyes. What's next week?
Jay.
Jay. Oh, I was waiting for Jay. I think Jay's a pretty good one. I don't have like a whole lot of songs with Jay, but there's a lot of good ones with Jay.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I pretty much have my 5 already. I don't know if I'll have in many honorable mentions though. But yeah, so that's about it for the return podcast. We're back. We're back podding. And we're back
Potting, baby,
putting
potting.
some YouTube videos up. New video up tomorrow at the time that this is being put out. And on that, nothing else to say. So all of our socials are up on the screen. We are correct. We got them. Let's go. It's been a
Yes.
minute, but we still got it.
We ain't rusty.
All of our socials are up on the screen, as well as everyone else in Courageous Shooters down in the description. At Courageous Shooters on Instagram.
Oh shit. Is it Twitter that's next? At Courageous Shoot on Twitter because there's not enough characters.
And then the TikTok. I believe it's the TikTok.
Yep.
And then that's at Courageous Shooters, obviously. So.
And then we've got twitch.tv/Courageous Shooters.
And the YouTube channel that you're watching this on.
Nope.
Oh, I saw. What's next? What am I missing?
CourageousShooters.com.
Bro,
And
I always
then-
forget the website.
And then
You already know you're watching this on the YouTube channel.
leave a like, ring the absolute shit out of that bell, hit
Dude.
the subscribe button,
Break the bell, bro.
break that shit. But yeah, I think that'll be it for this podcast. Hopefully we'll be back next week. Any last words, Jayden?
Rest in peace,
Alright.
Mac Miller.
Oh, okay.